This is how you can install workshop maps and custom maps on Counter-Strike 2, aka CS2. Now, I made a video on this around a month or two ago, literally just when CS2 had just dropped on Steam, when people didn't know how to install custom content. And it was kind of like a long and arduous method where you had to download the custom maps online on websites like Game Banana, but no longer do you have to do that. But since I'm still getting questions about how to do it and how to download maps, even though Counter-Strike has been updated and it's been made much easier, I decided I'm just going to make a new updated video on how to do it. And it's literally so simple. We don't have to download the maps manually anymore, although you can actually still use that method. All we have to do is literally just use the Steam Workshop, and I'm going to show you how to do that if you don't know how to set it up for CS2. But a little while ago, this was last month, this is literally like a month ago now, they released the Maps Workshop update. So basically they opened up the Maps Workshop where community map makers using Source 2 could upload the maps to the workshop, and those community servers could host that workshop content. So just like exactly how it works on Gmod, you can now do that on CS2, and you can also try playing these workshop maps offline from the play menu in CS2. So they've updated it. As well as this, they've also posted workshop tools that you can actually make content with. Now, this is the map editor. You don't have to worry about this. I might actually do a video on this, how to map and how to set up the modding tools, but that's like a different topic. You want to go to the workshop on Counter-Strike 2, and this is how we now download custom content. We don't have to do it manually anymore. And most of your favorite maps, like Recoil Master, which is that spray training map that everyone used to play, have been updated for Counter-Strike 2. Now, it's kind of got an overhaul. It looks a little bit different because remember, Counter-Strike 2 uses Source Engine 2 and not the original source that CSGO used. So the map's going to be a little bit different. They're going to utilize some different textures. But all you have to do is find a map that you like and just press subscribe. And at the bottom of Steam, it'll have a new status update where it says starting download or updating. And that'll be just showing you that it's downloading workshop content. So there's usually some popular maps just on the homepage. Some really good ones actually, like a Stalker map. We have some pretty cool city maps to play and a lot of maps from CSGO that have been imported. Now, one thing not to get confused about though is on the workshop at the top there's a voting queue. This is just for you to vote for custom skins to get added to the game and added to crates. You can completely ignore that. You can also ignore the accepted items part. All of that is basically just skins people are posting. You want to go down to most popular here, or most subscribed, or most recent. These are the most recent maps, the maps people have subscribed to the most. For an example, Crash's Crosshair generator is extremely popular, and also the view model generator is also extremely popular too. These are maps which I used, and these are maps you're going to probably need to actually compete with on competitive. So I'm going to go ahead and press subscribe to these, and it's as simple as that. Now, most subscribed is going to be the best, so I'm going to click on see all maps. This is going to show us the most subscribed maps. Now, as you can see, there's also some official maps which are posted by CSGO official. These are actually ports of popular maps from CSGO. So for an example, we have Mirage here. This is the official Mirage map by Valve, which is used in CSGO's matchmaking. This profile has just literally been porting all of these OG maps to CS2. Now, it has a verification tick here. That's because it's an official Valve account that's posting these. That doesn't mean that I'm subscribed. That just means it's a verified account. There's also some aim training maps you can download as well. Bot training maps, warm-up maps, 1v1s. There's some really cool maps you guys can download now. There was literally no maps at all like a month ago. And once they pushed this update a month ago, now that I've literally waited a month, there's so much content, like this bouncy castle map, and since it's on Source 2, you can see the actual textures look pretty realistic. Download the content you want by pressing subscribe, and then you want to go to the library, and on your library from here, you literally just want to go to Counter-Strike 2 and just press play. This here, where it says Counter-Strike 2 Workshop Tools, you can ignore this. We don't need this at all. Just press play on Counter-Strike 2. That Counter-Strike Workshop Tools option also shouldn't really be available for you unless you've enabled it in-game in the options. That's basically the tools for people to make custom content for the workshop, but you don't need it to actually use workshop maps. That's only for people who are mappers and modders. So now we're on the main menu of Counter-Strike 2, and from here, we literally just click the play button to access the menu. Now, originally, we just had play and we had matchmaking, but they've added some new tabs. We now have a private matchmaking section where you can share it with Steam groups and pools to play private matchmaking sets. We also have a practice section now, so this is where we can practice maps in the main pool, which are the official Valve ones, and they've also added this workshop button, which wasn't here before. So the workshop button now should be populated by every single map which you click subscribe to initially when I showed you how to do it. So we have the Recoil Master map, the Crosshair generator, the view model generator, and that cool bounce map. So I'm just going to run 2 of these maps to show you that they work. So first of all, we'll run Recoil Master because everyone knows that map. It was super popular from CSGO. Now you're probably wondering, what is this map? Well, it looks a lot different to what it used to look like. This is the new Recoil Master map. So this was a popular staple in CSGO. Follow recoil was an option that I had turned on, but for some reason it's turned off. That basically makes the crosshair move according to recoil, so you don't really even need to know recoil patterns anymore on CS2. It's a lot easier than it was on CSGO. Now these 2 bots are just for show, they're kind of just posing there, but if you see in the middle, we basically have a recoil crosshair. I think we need to follow the recoil, I really don't know, but we can also turn on things like bullet time, which is slow-mo, infinite ammo, no spread, which basically means your bullet just goes to the position you shoot always. Recoil crosshair, you can turn it on and off. So if I turn it off, it disables my setting. So it was actually this map that disabled it. Then show impacts is obviously where your bullet hits. Dummy target, you can spawn a bot to shoot at. And you can also reset. You can also collect a few different weapons at the side as well to practice with. Like that. So this is the first map, Recoil Master. I'll just give you a little quick tour because obviously this is a tutorial. I don't want to waste too much time. But it's basically like a museum with all these like operation coins, artifacts, cakes, knives. It's actually a pretty cool map. Also, I don't know what this Gordon Freeman dummy's doing inside. Kind of reminds me of Heisenberg off Breaking Bad. Okay, let me now show you one more map just to test if the other map works. So we'll go to play again, we'll go to bounce, and then we're going to matchmake, and we're going to go on deathmatch. I'm going to press go. Now, some maps don't automatically spawn bots, but I'm going to show you how you can do that. Now, bounce spawned pretty quickly. I also like how these player models are placed with this background. This looks really cool. So let's spawn. Okay, so we have some bots spawned. Usually in the console, it would just be bot add, and then press enter and it'll add a bot, or bot add CT or T to add a bot on a certain side. But we're on deathmatch mode, so we can respawn. This map is a really good vibe. It reminds me of those CSGO Lego maps. Oh my god, my aim is terrible. I haven't played CS2 for like 3 months. 2 months. But yeah, it reminds me of those old Lego maps that I used to play on CSS, just because it's really colourful. These are the kind of maps that you'll find on community servers, which are the most popular. Obviously, you won't find anything like this in a normal competitive or casual game. The map pool would not have a map like this. But this is the kind of modded content that you can now have on the workshop using this method. So this is the newest method on how to install custom maps and custom content. A lot easier than the workaround we had to do by downloading files offline and just shoving them in our folder before Valve actually updated the game. Now, one thing we now still have to wait for Valve to do though, is even though they've now added workshop content, we still don't have flying scouts or arms race or any of those old fun modes. So we're still waiting on the game to actually add those modes back. So that's like another reason why you could go back and play CSGO. There is actually a tutorial on my channel on how to actually install and still play CSGO even though CS2 is out. So you can search for that if you want to find out how to play the old game. But obviously we have to wait for them to re-add those game modes back. But in the meantime, you can play with your friends on these fun little maps, and all you have to do is just invite them through your Steam friends list and they can just join you straight through Steam. So I hope this video was useful. I just wanted to make this quick little tutorial because I'm getting a lot of comments still on the old one about why the old method's not working very well, or if there's an easier method, and somehow not everyone realized, I guess they didn't make it obvious enough that they released the workshop to the players. So I thought I'd just make this quick video as a follow-up. So make sure to give the video a like and subscribe if it's useful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, or if you don't understand anything, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Just make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you real soon.